So myself, Madhuri. So I'm going to handle our Linux Unix shell scripting course. Okay, as these are the demo sessions, that's the reason we waited for the students to join. But regular class timing is 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Is the timing is sufficient? Good for you? Is it the
Yes,
flexible
Madhuri.
time?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's fine for me.
So this is Linux Unix shell scripting course, and today is introduction class. Okay, so is there? Do you have any knowledge in Linux operating system? Anyone?
Yeah, I am having basic idea about it.
Okay, reminding. Do anyone have the knowledge?
No.
Okay. So this course is designed for freshers. So here duration is 30 days, 30 working days. One moment. This is 30 working days and days off from Monday to Friday. Bindu, you are my student, right? Bindu, are you there? Okay, classes will be from Monday to Friday. Okay, timing is 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Okay, so here, as I told you, these are the classes. We start from basics. Okay, before starting directly shell scripting, first we'll start the class with Linux operating system. Okay, how to install Linux, how to install Linux operating system. Okay, how to create files in Linux, how to create directories, how to apply the permissions, how to remove files, how to remove directory basics. I will explain from Linux operating system. Because if you want to write scripting, first of all, you should know the basic things. You want to write shell scripting, but where we write the scripting in operating system, which operating system? It may be Unix or Linux operating system, right? So in order to create script file, first of all, we should know how to create a file. So for that, what I will do is I will show first Linux operating system, how to install Linux, how to create files, how to create directories, the basics of Linux I will explain, which is very, very useful for your further technologies also. If you want to learn any technologies, first of all, we should know Linux operating system, because nowadays all the technologies are coming with Linux operating system. Not complete Linux. Here I will give the basics of Linux operating system. Okay, I'll give the basics of Linux operating system. Then I will start shell scripting. It will be helpful for you. So why Linux? Why Linux means I will give you some features of Linux. I'll explain some features of Linux. See, already we have Windows operating system, which is user friendly. Everyone can use Windows operating system. No need to take special training for Windows operating system because it is user friendly. So if you want to create anything, right click new create. If you want to enter into anything, double clicks, right clicks for use there. Simply we can create notepads, everything in Windows. But why people are switching to Linux operating system? Okay, so there are some features in Linux. That features I'll explain. We are in shell scripting. Again, I'm telling we are in shell scripting course. But before discussing about shell scripting, first I will start the classes with basics of Linux operating system, like how to install the operating system, how to create files, how to create folders. Okay, this I'll explain. How to apply the permissions, what is permissions, how to verify the data. These basics I'll explain. Okay, the basic knowledge is there means it will be very good for you. And again, I'm telling this is not Linux administration, that is separate course. This is shell scripting. Okay, so then why Linux? Features I'm explaining. Linux is open source. Source code we get along with operating system. Linux is open source. Source code we get along with the operating system. Operating system is free to everyone. You can download and install Linux operating system. No need to take permission from anyone, no need to buy any license keys. You can directly download and install it. So that is the advantage of Linux. And you will get source code with right option, right permission. So if you want to modify anything in your operating system, you can modify. You can change your source code also. I'm repeating again. Linux open source. Means source code you will get along with the operating system. Operating system is free to everyone. And next, multitasking. It can perform multiple tasks. It means multiple applications you can log in at a time and you can work. This feature is available in Windows also. Same is available in Linux also. And next one is multi-user. See, my screen is visible to everyone, right?
Yes, Madhuri.
Yes.
And here I want to tell you one more thing. You'll get the Telegram link also. Once you registered for this course, you'll get the Telegram link also. So whatever the note, whatever the topic I explain, theoretically or practically, whatever I explain, that notes I will share on the Telegram group. This group is private group, not the group where you are getting all the public information, like batches information. That this is a separate group only for our batch. Okay, so I will share the notes to that group, and that group is permanent. So whenever you have anything queries, you can ping me there. And you will get the recording videos also. DURGASOFT team is responsible for recording videos. So they will give recording videos and valid for 6 months, which are valid for 6 months. But this Telegram group, which we create, that is permanent. This is private group, not public group. This is permanent. Okay. Now coming to our
But
topic.
video, we can download it.
Video, no. You will get only read permission. You cannot download.
Okay, okay,
6 months validity they'll give. 6 months time is enough. Even you download and also will not use more than 6 months.
okay,
But link will be permanent. So if you have any doubts, you can message me on Telegram link also.
okay, Madhuri.
Yeah. So now coming to this multi-user, I told right there are three types of users. There are sorry, not users. There are three types of operating system. Types of OS. There are three types of operating systems. Single user, single task operating system, single user, multitask operating system, multi-user, multitask operating system. There are three types of operating systems. Okay, so single user, single task is only one user can log in. That user can perform only one task at a time. If they run one application, they cannot run another application in the same time. So that type of operating systems we call as single user, single task operating system. Example, DOS, disk operating system. That is the first operating system. And it is single user, single task operating system. And second is single user multitask. Here, only one user can log in at a time. Here also, how many users list it is displaying, still only one user can log in at a time, but that user can perform multiple tasks. When they are listening songs, in the same time they want to open any applications, they want to work, they can do that. Example, Windows. Next one is multi-user multitask. See, in Windows, only one user can log in at a time. How many users list it is showing you. Still, you can click on only one user. If you want to log in into another user, means first we log out from one user, then we log in into another user. That is single user multitasking. And third one is multi-user multitasking. Here, multiple users can log in at a time, and that user can perform multiple tasks. More than 40,000 users can log in at a time, but we don't log in at a time those many numbers. You'll get confusion, but it is available practically also. And every user can perform multiple tasks. Example is Linux. I'm repeating Linux example. Why it is uh, why we prefer Linux means multi-user multitasking is there. Multiple users can log in, and every user can perform multiple tasks at a time. How to log in into multiple user accounts, that I will show practically also in our classes. Okay, so this is also advantage why Linux means. Is these points are clear? First point is open source. Source code we get along with the operating system. Next is multitasking and multi-user. Multiple users can log in, and every user can perform multiple tasks. Is these 3 points are clear?
Yes.
Yes, Madhuri.
And in the classroom, if you have any doubts when I'm explaining something, you're not clear in the concept, you can ask me here itself. Or you can message me also. We have chat box, right? You can message me there also. Or in Telegram group or in Telegram also, you can message me. Next one is portability. Can be installed on all hardware architecture. It works with any hardware environment. We don't require any specific hardware environment here. We don't require any specific hardware environment. It works with any hardware environment. If you have least hardware, 512 MB RAM, okay, 10 GB hard disk is there also, you can install Linux operating system. And we don't require any specific hardware environment. Like if you go with AIX server, it required IBM architecture. IBM components are there, then only you can install AIX server. But in Linux, it works with any hardware environment. Even Windows also works with any hardware environment. Linux also can works with any hardware environment. And also minimum least hardware environment is there also. You can install Linux operating system. That is advantage. Okay. And next one is scalability. Same operating system can be installed in normal desktop PC to supercomputer. We have only one operating system. We don't have separate operating systems for clients and servers. See, if you observe in Windows, we have client operating system separately, server operating system separately. Client operating systems means 95, 98, ME, XP, Vista, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 11 operating systems are there. Server operating systems means NT, 2000, 2003, 2008, 2012, 2016 server operating systems are there. So operating systems are different for clients and servers. So if you install client operating system, you cannot use it as a server. That is in Windows. But coming to Linux, here normal desktop PC to supercomputer operating system is same. Options are same. Commands are same. So what you are using here commands, what environment you are using in your laptop, personal laptop, same thing we use in real time also. Okay, so operating system is same from normal desktop PC to supercomputer. So we can access it easily. So that is also one of the feature. Next one is reliability. We can trust Linux operating system because no need to restart the computer. No downtime, 24 by 7 it works without restarting the computer. If you see in Windows, if you install anything, any softwares, if you uninstall anything, if you update your if you update, like every week you'll get the patches, means updates from Microsoft. If you run patches, so at the time also it will ask you to restart the computer. Before restarting the computer, so what administrators will do is they will give the downtime to employees. They'll send the mails like 15 minutes downtime, 20 minutes downtime, half an hour downtime. They'll send the information to employees and they will update. Because once it is updated, system updated, it will ask you to restart the computer. Okay, once it is restarted, it will off all the applications, then it will on the applications. When it off all the applications, your network will, everything will go down. At that time, if clients are trying to access anything, they cannot access, right? So that is downtime. That is the reason in organizations what administrators will do is at lunch hours or night time, midnight, or week off times, means weekend times, they will do updates so that it will not disturb employees work. If you observe, sometimes when you're trying to when you're trying to access our online payments, when you're trying to do the online payments like Google Pay, Phone Pay, you'll get the messages like server is down temporarily. When the main server is restarting, you'll get that problem. That is in Windows. But coming to Linux, here no downtime. Without restarting the computer, we can update everything in Linux. That is the advantage of Linux. That is also feature of Linux. This feature practically means in Linux administration course you will get, not here, because these are only basic Linux classes. Okay, so reliable because no downtime, 24 by 7 it works. Scalability, single operating system can be used in normal desktop PC to supercomputer. And next point, security. First of all, these points are clear. Open source. Source code you will get along with the operating system. Operating system is free to everyone. Multiple users can log in and they can perform multiple tasks. And portability can be means can be installed in any hardware environment. And if you have least hardware environment also, you can install Linux. And same operating system can be used in normal desktop PC to supercomputer. Scalability. And in Linux, no downtime, 24 by 7, reliable. Is this points are clear, everyone?
Yes.
The next one is security. Linux is secure. Linux is secure. Linux is secure because inbuilt IP tables are there. Inbuilt IP tables are there. In IP tables means firewalls. In Windows we call firewall, here we call IP tables. Inbuilt IP tables are there. If you want, you can enable, we can disable as per the requirement. SC Linux is there, secured enhanced Linux. IP tables are used to secure networking files. SC Linux is used to secure local files. So inbuilt IP tables are there. Okay. And next, in Linux is secure because it works with command line interface. Linux works with command line interface. So those who know commands, they only can access anything. Without knowing commands, no one can configure anything in Linux machine. Even they cannot create a file also. Linux is secure because it works with command line interface. So without knowing commands, no one can do anything in Linux machine. Okay. And next point, Linux is secure because for every user, password authentication is compulsory. I'm repeating, Linux is secure for every user, password authentication is compulsory. Without password, we cannot access any account. I'm repeating again, Linux is secure. First reason, inbuilt IP tables are there and SC Linux are there. Okay, IP tables are nothing but firewalls. Linux is secure because it works with command line interface. Without knowing commands, no one can configure anything in your computer. Linux is secure because for every user, password authentication is compulsory. Without knowing user password, no one can log in into your computer. Okay, so next, Linux is secure. Another reason, Linux is secure. We can encrypt a file by assigning password. In Linux, we can encrypt files. There is an important files. You created some files. Some important content is there in that file. You can encrypt it. Means we can convert into secure format, which no one can understand. How to encrypt a file means by assigning password. So how to do that? That also I will show. We have a practical V editor. So there I will show it. We can encrypt a file by assigning password. Linux is secure because it doesn't support exe files. No next finish, no auto runs. So that is also one reason why Linux is secure. Linux is secure. There is no exe files here. If you want to configure any servers, you want to install DNS, DHCP, FTP something servers, you want to configure here. So there is no setup files. Everything we need to configure manually as configuration file. And we can encrypt that configuration file also. As an administrator, what you configured, your system accepts that only. Are you getting? I'm repeating again. Linux is secure because inbuilt IP tables are there, means firewall is there. Linux is secure because it works with command line interface. Without knowing commands, no one can configure anything in your computer. They cannot even create a file or they cannot even check the content of a file. Linux is secure because for every user, password authentication is compulsory. Without knowing commands, no one can enter into your computer. Okay. Linux is secure because it doesn't support exe files. Linux is secure. We can encrypt a file by assigning password. Linux is secure because there is no setup files. Everything you will get as a configuration files. Okay, so these are the reasons why. These are the few most important reasons why Linux is secure. And it is free from virus also. Linux is free from virus also because in Linux there is a kernel which is interface between shell and hardware. Okay, so what this kernel will do is when shell transfers the data to kernel, kernel checks the data. See, what shell will do is when users send the data, this point, shell kernel point, will discuss in our shell topics. We'll discuss about this also. But brief information I'm giving. When user executed any command, shell converts into zeros and ones and it transfers the data to kernel. Shell will not check what data is sent by user. It just converts into zeros and ones. It transfers to hardware. Sorry, kernel. When kernel receives the data, first kernel checks whether the data is supported by hardware environment or not in Linux, and whether it is supported by hardware environment or not. It will check. Then it transfers the data to hardware. If something virus is coming, okay, it rejects back. Some exe files are coming, it rejects back. So there is a kernel which is a small software in Linux. That is the reason Linux is free from virus. Before transferring the data, kernel checks the data, then only transfers the data. So it is free from virus. So that is also one reason why it is secure. So we can see it is free from virus also, because it will check data, then only transfers the data to hardware environment. So these are the few reasons why Linux. We are learning Unix Linux shell scripting. Right. So in order to write scriptings, we need an operating system. So I use Linux operating system. The scripting what we use, it works in Unix operating system and Linux operating system also. So why Linux? For that, I give some features of Linux. Is this clear, right, everyone? Features are clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So here first I'll explain about Linux. Basic Linux I'll explain. Like today I give the features of Linux, right? Next I will show file system hierarchy. Means what are the default directories you will get in Linux operating system. Then I will show how to install Linux operating system. I'll show how to install Linux operating system. Then once Linux operating system is installed, I'll show basic commands. Basics of Linux like basic commands, ls commands, creating files using cat, touch, editor. Editor is very important in real time. Next, filter commands. Filter commands are used to check the content of a file as per user requirement. Creating directories, removing command, copy commands, move commands. Okay, here I'll explain this all. Then user administration, how to create a user, how to modify the user, how to delete the user. Then group administration. What is group? What is the use of group? How to create a group? How to add users into group? This I'll explain here. Then file permissions. What is permission? How to modify the permission? Who can modify the permission? That I'll explain here. Then ACLs, advanced file permissions. I'll explain how to change the permission of a particular user or a particular group. How to modify the permissions, I'll explain. Linux, I'll explain up to this. So if this knowledge is there, it will be good for you for all the technologies in your company. If they install Linux also, if you know this basics, easily you can survive. To here, if you have the knowledge, then it will be very good. Then I'll give introduction to shell. Introduction to kernel. Types of shell, advantages of shell, I'll explain. Then variables, types of variables, in variables, types of variables we will see. Read user input, parameters, like operators, case statement, relational operators, arithmetic operators, logical operators. If command, if commands will come in operators only. Okay, so first we'll discuss Linux and then we'll go with shell scripting topics. Okay, so if you have any knowledge in Linux or Unix also, you'll get the knowledge here. You'll get understand. This is designed for freshers, those who don't know anything. Okay, this is designed for them. So it will be easy for you to understand the concepts which we discuss here. So these are the easy only, not at all difficult. If you want to learn this course, you don't require any previous knowledge. If you are coming with zero knowledge also, you can understand the concepts which I'm explaining here. Okay, so regular classes will be 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. So this timing is uh, okay to everyone, right?
Yes, Madhuri.
Yes, sir.
8 a.m. to 9 a.m. is okay, or you want it? We can 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. is good for you. Which time preferable?
8
8
to
to
9.
9.
8 to 9. Rupali?
Yes, 8 to 9 is okay.
Yeah. Is this time is flexible?
No, 8 to 9 is fine because we are having office and all right.
Done. And the points which I explained as features of Linux, is the points are clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Done. So whenever I'm explaining in the class something, if I'm explaining, if you are not clear in the concept or you want me to repeat that example, something example I'm showing practical, you're not clear in the practical, you can message me. I will repeat the practical. Okay. So you can ping me on the Telegram also. We have the Telegram. So you can ping me on the Telegram also. So see, for every batch, I'll show you. Yes, Kiran. SCD will discuss in our filter commands only. We'll discuss this SCD command. We'll cover these commands.
Okay, thanks.
I have separate groups also with my students. I'm not talking about all the faculties. I'm talking about myself only. So for every batch like this, we have separate groups. So whenever something topic I completed, I will share the notes also like this. Today morning class is completed. Whatever the topics I explained, that notes also I will share with students like this, step by step, everything. So you can go through this and you can do the practicals easily. If you are not clear anything, you can message me. I will respond. Sometimes I may respond late if I'm in class or I'm in my work, but definitely I will respond. Any doubts are there means. Okay. So anything you want to ask me? Regular classes will be from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Okay. So is it clear the way I explain means you can continue with this session if you're clear with my explanation means, because
Yeah.
explanation is very important.
Yes,
If you don't
Madhuri.
understand,
Okay.
yeah, if you don't understand what I'm explaining, so if I'm explaining important topics or easy topics, also no use of that if you don't understand. So if you're clear the way I explain, you can continue with the session. I will not explain fastly. I will not explain fast in the session. I'll go slowly only. Okay. So again, I'm telling you can ask me any doubts are there. And before starting this session, no need to learn anything. If you have zero knowledge also, you can continue with this classes. Okay. So this is for today's session. Tomorrow we'll start the session at 8 a.m. We started
Okay.
the session late. Yeah, you said
Will you
something.
provide the interview questions also for shell scripting, Madhuri?
Sorry, come again.
Will you provide shell scripting interview questions if you are having?
Interview notes I mean points you're asking,
Yeah,
comments.
interview
Yeah,
questions
yeah,
I am
yeah, yeah,
asking.
I got. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll make and I will share.
Okay.
I'll collect the questions. I'll check in my office also. I'll collect and I'll share. Not now. It will take time.
Yeah, okay, Madhuri.
Yeah.
So you will be also helping to install the OS, right? Linux in our system, right?
Sorry, sir. Yes,
You
yes.
will
You
be
can
also,
configure. Yes, yes. I will
yeah,
show how to configure Linux in your system. Maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow I will show.
okay.
Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes, Madhuri.
Yeah. If you want me to ask anything, you can ask. Otherwise, we'll meet tomorrow. Thank you for the session.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Ramana. We can meet tomorrow.